Yo, what is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing a balance shaft delete. And when it comes to balance shaft deletes, I know you're supposed to keep the balance shafts in the car, but a lot of people on the 2AZ-FE motor, on the Scion TCs and the Camrys, whenever you build the motor, or even if you're keeping it stock and you're just doing a refresh, a lot of people love to take the balance shaft out. I'm not 100% sure why. I know it is supposed to be reducing the vibrations in the motor, and that's what they do from factory. A lot of people are against it, and the other half of people love it. Okay, so before we get into the video, what I am going to be doing is showing you guys the new parts I picked up. So you already know that the head is ported and polished for the exhaust side and on the intake side, and you know that I have a built head. Okay, now that we have established that, so basically what I am going to be doing is refreshing the head. You guys already know I have BC cams, BC springs and retainers, and the seat kit, and I also have Ferrea valves. I know I have the Ferrea valves, but there's a little bit of corrosion on it. I'm gonna see if I can get it checked out to see if I can just get that polished and move on, or if I have to replace all of the valves. So right now I'm gonna actually show you guys what I have picked up and what we're gonna do with it. Okay, so right here we actually have the BC valve guides, and these valve guides, I'm not sure specifically which ones these are, but one of them is the exhaust valve guides, as you guys can see there. I don't know if it's gonna focus too close. There we go. And the other one is the intake side. I'm not sure which number is which. I'll put it up on the screen at one of these corners here. As you guys can see, we do have the valve guides. So the valve guides are basically what goes inside of the head where the valves go, and literally what it says in the name, valve guide. It guides the valves up and down, so it doesn't have to go any rocking motion. So now right here we have the BC springs. I had to get new ones because the old ones were all pitted and corroded, so I just got a fresh new set. You can see these are good. You can see they've been sitting for a little while. Got a little crust on it. As you guys can see right here, you got the valve springs here. All of them come inside of there, and that is dope. Right here, we also have the retainers, and these are titanium retainers, I believe. And I'm gonna take one out so you can see the part number. All right, so I'm actually gonna show you guys what it's looking like. These right here are this part number here for the valve guys. I did take one out just to see. This is what it's looking like. This thing looks amazing. Got some new ones, no more stock valve guides. So these are the two valve guide part numbers right here, if you guys are wondering. These are the BC spring seats that they come with. Pretty sure these are steel, some type of steel alloy. And these are the retainers that go on top of the spring. Here's the part number right here is BC2340. And that's what it's looking like. And here are the springs. They look a little rough, but that's just the chalk that's on the outside. I will say my old springs have pitting all over here, and I used a sandblaster to see if I can get it out, but I didn't like how they looked. So we're literally just gonna simulate it being in the head right now. That's what it looks like. That's what it's gonna be looking like, which is pretty cool. Spring seat, spring, and the top right there. You guys saw what's going in the head. We are finally going to be building the head soon. So what we're gonna do today in this actual video, we are going to be doing the balance shaft delete, and I'm going to show you guys the lower casing, the crank, and what goes into it. Also, if you guys didn't know already, I do have my motor sent out. We sent it out to Cylinder Support System, CSS, and we're going to be getting the motor CSS'd, and we're getting the O-rings and a line hone and a bore for the block. If you guys haven't seen the last video, we created a box, shipped it out, and we are waiting for it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything else prepared. Okay, so this is the lower half of the motor. Usually it is on the motor, of course, and you know, upside down or right side up. So right here, this is what it looks like off the car. This is the whole assembly here, as you guys can see. So right now, as you guys can tell, I have to take that screw out. That screw, I don't know what happened there. I have to put a helicoil in it. Anyways, the balance shaft actually goes on like this. It comes in the car. So the balance shafts look like this inside the car. It rotates inside and reduces the vibrations for the crank so that the crank over here doesn't vibrate too much and it doesn't throw off the harmonics of the whole car. What I'm going to be doing is actually deleting these. As you guys know, I do have the ATI dampener, so that's going to go on the end of the crank to reduce the harmonics. It's like a fluid dampener in a way. So what we're gonna be doing is deleting these right here. So first you gotta take off 2, 4, 6, 8 bolts right here. Then you're gonna take this case off. And you can see it's been sitting for a while because the old oil pooled up and it looks all black and nasty right here. They do have bearings on the inside. There's one bearing here, 2, 3, and 4. You guys can see there's somewhere, there was a lot of, I guess, debris, and when my turbo blew the first time, it basically just destroyed the whole motor. There was problems with it ever since then. So we're gonna be taking that off, putting that off to the side. These are gonna be the balance shafts themselves. Essentially, they just rotate together, and you can see the gears here, you know, they rotate. I don't have the bearings on the inside of this, so that's why they're not really spinning freely. But normally they do spin freely and, you know, take the harmonics out. So after you take that casing off, what you wanna do is you wanna take these out. You wanna kind of rotate it. This is what the balance shaft is. It has counterweights. Has counterweights on the back. Has gears here. And this one here also has the same thing, as you guys can see. Right there. Boom. These are deleted. You can just toss these out. You don't need these no more. Again, if you're building the motor, you should do this. If you have a stock motor, you can if you want. I'm not gonna say to do it or not to do it. What you wanna do is you wanna take a look at the top side. And when you take a look at the top side, the top of the motor goes on top of here, and it also has a hole for where oil is gonna be going to. The oil actually goes into here, this little channel, goes down inside the block, and then it goes kind of sideways, and it's gonna go to a hole that goes right here. This hole actually fills, so this hole here actually fills up the cavity that you have here. So it's gonna pool up oil inside of here, and it's gonna rotate so it can lubricate all the bearings that are on the inside here and at the bottom here, and keep everything happy. You're tossing all this away. So what I did was, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and stuff, all nice and pretty. But what I did was took out all the bearings, and then I had somebody weld a hole here, weld this hole shut so that the oil doesn't drop back into the motor. The reason why I did this is because, number one, that's how you do it. There's a lot of other videos on this. Actually, only a few other videos on this. This hole here provides oil to the car for all the balance shaft stuff. And what you want to do is plug this up because you don't want the loss of oil pressure. You want that oil pressure to still build. Also, you want to eliminate that because that's a whole nother component you got to worry about if there's oil going back inside the oil pan. Oil pan goes on top of here, oil drops back into it. So after you get this welded up, you can also use a 10mm bolt and, you know, just tap threads in here, because this hole here was threadless. And if you wanted to, you can just jam a nut in there with some Toyota Bond. That's what I use here. That stuff actually really works well. As you can tell, I only got half of it off. This stuff really works. I would suggest putting that on top of a bolt, screwing that in there, and you don't have to worry about it. Only reason why I got this welded is because I always have a problem with bolts backing out. And with bolts backing out, I wanted to eliminate any type of hazard. Because if the bolt backs out, falls in there, that's not gonna look pretty. The easiest way to do it is to tap, put a bolt in, let it sit with a Toyota Bond or Honda Bond or Permatex or anything like that. Let it sit for at least a day, let that thing harden up, and then you're good to go. Okay, so now that we covered that part, what we're gonna be doing is looking at the crank. Okay, so the balance shafts actually ride on the crank. That's why there's 2 gears here. And basically it's gonna go essentially something similar to this. It's gonna let this one spin, or yeah, it does it like this. It spins on the crank, and then this gear here essentially spins the other one. So what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be taking this ring gear off of the crank. It's going to lighten up the crank so it can spin faster, and then I'm going to have to get this balanced so that it all is sound. This is funny. This is ancient. This is a ancient bottle right here. You can see the threads. Oh my God. But there is still liquid inside of here, and we are going to be using a torch and a mallet to basically knock this ring off. This ring, you want to delete it because you're not going to be using the balance shafts and it's extra weight. So what you want to do is just take that off and eliminate as much weight as you can. Okay, so what we're gonna use is a lighter to get this thing going. This thing is so ancient. I'm so used to the ones at work where you just press the button and it ignites. But this is not the case. I swear this thing goes on. All right, there we go. So we got this going. We're going to actually stand this up, and we're gonna heat this up, and then we're gonna bring it back down to finally get this thing hit off. There we go. Got the fire going. What you want to do is you don't want to keep this all in one spot. All right, so now that we got this heated up, this might not be enough, but we're gonna attempt to hit it and see what happens. What you wanna do is hit on the gears, not on the crank itself. not gonna lie to you guys, this is not hot enough. We're gonna have to heat it up more. All right, it's looking like it's starting to come apart. Woo. It's sliding. This crank's like 100 pounds. Just keep working your way around it until you get the gear off. So the last couple of hits right here. There it is. We have finally got it off. 1 second. Okay, so we finally got the gear off. It is hot, so just be careful. What we're gonna do is we're gonna shimmy it off, just like so. It is, woo, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. That thing was pressed in there for real. So this is what the gear looks like. It is super hot. This is what the gear looks like. And it's actually not heavy. Surprisingly, I thought I was gonna take off some pounds, but the crank itself, obviously this is a forged crank from the factory. This thing is heavy. As you guys can see right here, this is where the ring was sitting on. And we finally got that off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually chuck this away and throw it out. Don't need it. Don't need this either. And I definitely don't need this one either. So all that stuff is going in the garbage. So that is what the crank looks like without any gear on it. And this thing is still heavy, but we are definitely gonna have some fun with this thing. So now what I have to do is take this to the machine shop to get the journals polished again and balanced as well. I still have to talk to them to see like what entails with the balancing. Is it just the crank itself, or do I need all the other parts with it? Okay, so that is actually gonna conclude the balance shaft delete video. I've been wanting to make this video for so long, but I have been so busy recently with doing photography and all that. I was actually trying to get this done a long time ago, and I was actually debating on getting it done, but my boy Chase Racebox, I'm gonna put his Instagram right here. He actually encouraged me to do it. He did it on his car. He's making crazy power. Hey, hold on. Tell him to start making YouTube videos. We're trying to see the car. So if you guys do enjoy that, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.